Wow. I want to share from this book, and if you don't have, also you can download from the Apple app. And also, if you want to download from Apple app, so you put the by Khenpo Samdup, so then this box comes. So you can download from the Apple app and also Amazon. Okay, so we printed this book. Is a I think it's a so many, like 2,000 copies we did. It's always gone. So no left, maybe a couple, like maybe couple only copies maybe. So we hope we're going to be reprinting again. So when I created this book, it's our focus for the specifically for Westerner people to study Dharma. So usually we study Dharma in the Sheda. You know, Sheda is a Buddhist university. Takes like 15 years, like depending different lineages have different roles and giving education different ways. So some takes like 15 years, 12 years, like 20 years, all dependent, right? And so mostly lay people don't have time to do that because it's too long. You know, subject is very long, take too long. Kind of like, you know, Buddhist, it's a whole life is a focus with the Dharma. So that's why they create like long way. But actually study like 15, 20 years means like nothing really stir. You can all lifetime stir is you can learn, you know. The teaching is so profound and vast. So that's the reason take long time to study, because it's not only study Dharma is understand. So we have to practice and meditate, then goes together, then you understanding Dharma. So that's why it takes a whole life. The course, Buddhist course is a whole life, many lifetimes, okay? So not only just one semester. So that's the reason. And something need a specific easy things for in the Western country, because no time to like study all this, like followed by the tradition. So that's why I created this book. Not difficulty, easy to understand. The reason is because I also have this acknowledgement, put the information, so that everything is changing, you know. So also in the Buddhist teaching also need something easy to understand, you know, like short information, giving more like more essence information, understanding something. So we needed that. So otherwise, those people are become Buddhist many years, but then ask some talk about the Buddhists, they don't know how to share, they don't have anything kind of like into mind. Yeah, everything when you receive teachings, yeah, goes everything, yeah. But after that, okay, what is me essence of refuge? Don't know. What is talking about Four Noble Truth? Oh, what is Four Noble Truth? They don't know. So like that, you know. So that's the reason I created this one. So easy to, you can share for others. In Western country here, we think about if the family, you know, one person is a Buddhist, other is not. So example, you eat together, then say, why you go to Buddhist? What is Buddhist talk about? So what are you going to share with them? You know, you don't know the more like kind of a specific and easy to share with these people, right? It's your family and your relatives, something you needed to share with that. So it's, you receive a lot of general teachings, but sometimes the people don't get what we have to say, what we have to talk for them, right? So that's the reason I created this book. And this book is not too long and short information each section. So I'm going to share this teaching like every Saturday. So each chapter, goes every chapter one day. Then I cannot like read the thing, read and cannot finish the whole thing one section. So your homework have to read the whole thing and also study, that day. Maybe I'll give you, ask you question next other weeks, Today I don't have ask question. The reason is we starting teaching today. Maybe next I ask you question about this refuge. So you have to give me answer, okay? That is your homework. And that's why means like that's the next way, I ask you questions. So you have to read it. That is your homework first. And then this the chapters, like they have many chapters here. Chapter 1 is the entrance to Buddhism refuge. That is I'm going to share today. Then 4 noble truth. That's coming next week. And then 4 thoughts that turn the mind. Shamatha meditation, karma cause and effect, love, compassion, bodhicitta, true truth, 3 wakers, Buddha nature, white Tara practicing the deity, 7 branches, 3 roots in the Dhamma protectors, Vajrayana empowerment, true truths of the false gods, samsara in the nirvana, 6 bardo, 3 kayas. So these are the chapters in this book. It's mostly is most important in topics. Usually Buddhist teachers then talk about something public talk, kind of using this kind of subject. So that's all is most important chapters. Yeah, so then tonight is I'm going to share with you the entrance to Buddhism refuge. So what Buddha taught, the Dharma is not practiced only by Buddhists, nor it is only beneficial for Buddhist practitioners. See, the Buddha's teaching is not only benefit Buddhists, not only he taught for his followers. Actually, he taught that teaching is for all the sentient beings. The reason is all sentient beings want happiness. All sentient beings, no one wants suffering. So the practice of Dharma is the cause of happiness. Then every individual has a right to, get happiness, right? So create causes of happiness. So that's the reason Buddha shared this teaching is for all the sentient beings, not only the Buddhist practitioners. Some people think Buddha teaching is only for Buddhists, his followers. That's actually a little bit misunderstood. The reason is Buddha didn't say, you have to believe me, you have to trust me, you must follow me. He didn't say that. He said, I share these teachings. Going to share this teaching is a natural law of phenomena. He don't create the teaching only talking about for the Buddhist practitioners. But people lots of misunderstanding, not only that the just generally whole world people, but also Buddhist people think, oh, Buddha taught these teachings, oh, we have to follow this, we are Buddhist. Then specifically that pointing to the monastics, oh, you are monastic, you have to do this, we don't have to do, because you have to do this. I'm not a monastic, I'm not monk and the nuns, I don't have to do this. This is your job, you have to do these things. So that is a misunderstanding. Actually, Buddha shared teaching is causes of happiness. So anyone wanted to happiness have to follow his teachings. So then basically, temporarily the follow different levels, different capacities. So you have become like follow the monk in the nun way, nun, then like kind of more mindful, more instructions every day. But lay people also have their level to practice to Dharma too. So actually the Buddha shared many different kind of teachings suited for different individuals. The 84,000 Dharma teachings benefit all different kind of each sentient beings. As we need all these teachings. So that's the reason. The true meaning of Dharma is that it provides the inner happiness and peace. And the point of practice, the Dharma is to develop inner happiness and peace. True happiness can only come from within yourself, and it can only be developed inwardly. So that is actually the main point, essence of Dharma. When practice Dharma, is develop our inner happiness. So when you develop your inner happiness, then you get peace and happiness can only come from within yourself. So that happiness not dependent object, not dependent circumstances like something, you know. So usually our happiness is a dependent object. The dependent your job, dependent your, you know, like your situations, so many things like your happiness is related to the other object. So that happiness is actually not permanent happiness, not inwardly happiness. That happiness is really temporary happiness. So you can get that happiness but easily lost. Mostly worldly people focus outer happiness, not inner happiness. So outer happiness is a dependent on outer object. So change the object, change the situations, your happiness is lost. So everyone wants happiness, everyone looking to the happiness, but the looking happiness is the wrong direction. It's actually looking everything for temporary happiness. So this practice of Dharma is looking happiness is inwardly, means like, you know, develop inner happiness and peace. True happiness only can come from within yourself, and can only be developed inwardly, means your mind. Your mind is most important. So you develop this happiness, then the happiness is not a dependent object. Wherever you go, you have happiness. You never lost happiness. So outer obscurations cannot take away to our happiness. So that is the Dharma. It can never really come from external things like material objects or outer circumstances. So that's happiness not come from outer level phenomena. Not dependent on your job, not dependent on your family, not dependent like your weather, so you know, like outer circumstances, okay? So we study the Buddha's teaching to develop that happiness because the Dharma explains the path to perfect happiness and give us the tools we need to develop inner peace and happiness. So Dharma can help to that. Practice Dharma, study Dharma, then we know how to create our own like inner happiness. Dharma is more focused for inner, not really focus much in the external happiness. Worldly activities like focus happiness as outer phenomena, outer level. Dharma focus happiness as inner level. So, you know, we have to study and meditate. Study Buddhist teachings to develop the happiness because the Dharma explained the path to perfect happiness and give us the tools we need to develop inner peace and happiness by studying the Buddha's teachings. So we learn many methods to dispel our problems, suffering, anxieties, and worries, and to develop inner peace and happiness. Generally, the first step of entering the door to the Buddha's path is to taking refuge. Okay, so we have to study, practice Dharma, then what is the first one? So you can, next time people give answer, like somebody asks you, what is I have to do first step? So you said this answer, okay? answer is general. The first step of entering to draw to the Buddhist path is to taking refuge. This taking refuge is cannot be forcing to some others. They're who going to take refuge, they really want to receive this refuge, wow, something, you know. Then they can receive it. If they don't know anything, then they don't want, but we're telling to someone to do these things, then it doesn't work very well. No forcing. And so that's we have to tell the people first, you know, step of entering to draw to the Buddhist path is to taking refuge. Then they ask you why we have to take refuge. The reason is because these teachings, you know, practice, Dharma practice. This practice Dharma is a method to dispel our problems. So people don't want a problem, then that's why they want to take refuge. This problem is actually talking about also the, you know, like bigger problems. Sometimes people say, I already took refuge, why I have this problem? Actually, you don't have that problem, but you don't recognize you don't have that problem. You create your own problems, you know? Why you don't have problem? Because you're into your natural mind, the problem is not existed there. That is the Dharma, you know, truth refuge. Absolute truth refuge. You into your natural mind, meditate, stay in that nature, then that problem is not exist. But you are not really taking refuge. You're not into that. You're just taking refuge. It's like outer level. It's okay, I take refuge, but actually not really 100% is in there. Yeah. So then the rare essence of taking refuge is to practice non-violence or non-harming towards all sentient beings. So the take refuge is, so the why take refuge, then what we have to do, what it means to take refuge. Take refuge to Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. When you take refuge, what we have to do, practice non-violence or non-harming towards all sentient beings. So that is the most important essence. Actually, the take refuge, that after we have to follow many things, but you only follow this, then is you already hold the refuge vows. So that's the reason. The rare essence of taking refuge is to practice non-violence, no harming towards all other sentient beings. So we stop harming for other sentient beings, then naturally we stop causes of suffering. Causes of suffering. We have to stop causes of suffering. We never can stop causes of result, the suffering of result. We can stop causes of suffering. We cannot stop suffering of result. Make sense or no? I don't know, everyone pay attention or no? I watch everyone one by one, so you pay attention or not, you know?
We don't understand.
I looking everyone in the face, like some understand, some maybe not, you know. If you don't understand means like you don't really pay attention.
Thanks, Khenpo.
Thanks.
If you pay attention, why no understand, you know? So easy, simple ones. Mm.
That's just the last statement. We didn't understand.
This is in the book is very clearly, see? So the follow this refuge, don't practice. What we have to practice refuge. What means we have to practice means no harming for other beings, no violence, no violence. So this is easy to understand, right? Then no harming means also, what means you no harming is followed by your intention. So intention is most important. Intention, no harming means, okay, whatever the situation comes, like any, circumstances, recognize your intention. We have to recognize our own intention. This virtuous, non-virtuous, depend and follow the intention. So you have good intention, good heart, so then this is no harming for other beings. Yeah? Okay, so that's the we have to follow. So as the Buddhists, our primary practice is to develop devoid, as it is to devoid harming any sentient beings. To do this, we must practice content, mindful awareness. This is the essence of the mind of refuge. We say we take refuge in the three jivas, which are Buddha, Dharma, and the Sangha. So I will explain a little about each one. Buddha is the teacher who shows us to the path to the freedom from suffering. Then the Buddha himself, because he purified all obscurations and developed the enlightening qualities, this gone beyond the samsara. He has transcending the suffering of samsara, and we can rely on him because being free from suffering, he can protect us from suffering. So now we're going to take refuge to Buddha. So Buddha, why are we going to take refuge to Buddha? So here we already talked this, Buddha is already free from suffering. So then also the couple meanings, the reason is why we have to take refuge to Buddha here. So the word for Buddha in Tibet is Sangye, Sang and Je. So two words. Sangye. It is a compound word, yeah? Sang means purified, and Je means fully developed. So actually these two words can explain all the Dharma. Sang and Je, these two words. What means Sang? So Sang means like Buddha has already purified all his obscurations and defilement. Then that's the Buddha, the purified obscurations. There's not even the slightest trace of any stain, delusion, or defilement. So Buddha, the two types of obscurations. So he purified two types of obscurations. The obscuration of afflictive emotions and the obscuration, the cognitive obscurations. You must have to know these two obscurations, okay? Maybe next week I ask you which kind of two obscurations. Think about to memorize these two. Then memorize what means Sang, what means Je. Okay? What is we should follow when you take refuge? No harming for other sentient beings. So that kind of words is very important, okay? When you take the test, that word is come in the test, the paper ask question. If you don't get these words, then you cannot get, grade, right? Grade. Two obscuration. That is most important. Okay, you remember that two obscurations. Afflictive, the two types of obscuration: the obscuration of afflictive emotion and the cognitive obscurations. Which one we have? We have these both obscurations. Bodhisattva, which one Bodhisattva has? Bodhisattva has only cognitive obscurations. Bodhisattva has already purified afflictive emotion obstacles. So that's kind of like ask questions, Then Bodhisattva also like talking about absolute truth, Bodhisattva. First, Bodhisattva. they already purified this first obscuration, afflictive emotion. Is already purified. Obscuration of afflictive emotion is already purified. So sentient beings, we have these both obscurations. Then Buddha, he purified both obscurations. So I'll ask you these questions next time, okay? This is not easy. You think it's very easy, I know. So you think, oh, easy. This is the refuge. Just I receive many times refuge teachings. It's easy, but it's not easy, okay? When I ask you questions, it's not easy. So you have to memorize. Think about this. Then I ask you, what means sun? What means yeah? So you have to give answer that, okay? So now, having purified the two obscurations, he fully developed. So that is the sun means having purified two obscurations, he fully developed is yeah. The second word is yeah, all of the enlightening qualities and in particularly the two types of omniscience. So particularly J means like two types of omniscience is arise. Sun means like true obscuration is purified. So now I ask you two types of omniscience. You have to memorize this, okay? You have to know this. Two types of omniscience. Omniscient wisdom are the omniscience which sees things exactly as they are in their single atomic nature. We don't have that. We don't have this omniscient wisdom, right? Even these Bodhisattvas also, they don't have this omniscient wisdom. The omniscient single atomic nature, you know, they are their single, you know, sense which see things, you know, see things. That is important. Buddha see things exactly as they are in the single atomic nature. And the omniscient which see things perfectly as they are in the multiplicity. See that true omniscience. So you memorize this too. Multiplicity, yeah. I think my words is not right, but Mary going to say something. Mary, please, what is that mean? I cannot hear from you. Mary saying but something, but I cannot hear. So you have to put mode first. Multiplicity, yeah?
Multiplicity.
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 Pretty close.
I cannot go more than that. I don't have energy to go more than that.
That's okay. Okay.
So anyway, you recognize what that means.
Means understanding karma interdependence.
Yeah, the first one is understand the nature of phenomena, absolute truth, reality. See, Buddha knows all sentient beings has Buddha nature. Every sentient being has that nature. Every being has a capacity to enlightenment. Every sentient being has potential to free from samsara. So that is called the omniscient, which see things perfectly, nature. As they are in there, so then the multiplicity is understanding like cause and effect. So Buddha, his wisdom, omniscient knows previous life, future life, and present life, everything he knows. So some books, you know, like all the collection of the Buddha's history. The history is like sharing these different stories. And with Buddha, one couple months together all the time. So then some, like, you know, each day get different kind of situations. So then they ask Buddha, what happened? Why is happening that? So then Buddha talk about all the previous life, what happens. So that's the reason that is happening in this life. We don't know that. We only see just this life, what going on here right now, you know. So that is the second one, multiplicity. Yeah, which wisdom, which see things exactly as they are in their automatic nature, is the direct perceptions of the completely perfect and liberated true nature of all phenomena. So that is the first wisdom. The Buddha sees that just as it is. So that is the first one, first wisdom, without any error or misunderstanding. So that is all described as the first wisdom. Okay. Second one is, I think, with the omniscience, which sees things perfectly as they are in their multiplicity, I think. Okay. So the Buddha has a completely clear and unmistaken understanding of karmic interdependence, and including knowing all details of all the causes and conditions in all their complexity that have created every phenomenon. So knows all karma cause and effect. So he knows why we are here, come together tonight. So we say, okay, we just get together, send the emails, comes together. But not only that, we have so many causes before conditions can come to meet together in tonight. If we don't have the conditions, previous life or something, then we cannot come to tonight here together. The thing about all so many sentient beings, only we have these people here together comes because we already have these connections before. Okay, so that's we don't know, only Buddha knows. That is the second wisdom. So no true obscurations, true omniscience. That is your needed to start in your hair. You have to get into, you know, put in your mind. Don't let it go away. What is David want you to talk?
Well, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I'm just a little bit I'm not understanding completely. So there's two obscurations, which are cognitive, right? And then the afflictive emotions.
Yes.
And afflictive emotions, of course, can you explain what the cognitive and afflictive emotions, of course, are pride and all of those things, I'm assuming, correct?
Okay.
But what is cognitive obscurations?
So cognitive obscuration is block this wisdom. Right now we're talking about this wisdom is talking about, here is the first is the Buddha's, what is the first is wisdom are the omniscience, you know, see things exactly as they are in their singular atomic nature, yeah. The cognitive obscuration block for that, obscuration to that wisdom. So kind of dualistic thought, dualistic perceptions. So not really emotion, anger, attachment, desire, something. That is called afflictive emotion, right? Obscuration is first one, obscuration to afflictive emotion, obscuration, afflictive emotion, obscuration. But the second one is dualistic thought, dualistic mind, conceptual thought. Make sense?
Khenpo Rinpoche.
Khenpo,
Yes.
are you saying then that basically we think too much? So if someone says something and we're not taking it at face value, we put our habits and past experience into what they're saying, and we change their words into something more defensive.
So not only that, actually, that is just we are in the right now. We are in the samsaric worldly thinking, right? So this obscuration means when you meditate and going to high level, you know, your kind of like say relaxation, block the relaxation. So that's obscuration. So just we talk too much and like something like worldly engaging too much. So that is actually also, you know, not really in the Dharma, but it's worldly activity. This is talking about when you practice spiritual things. Yeah. And also when you meditate, so then you kind of recognize your natural mind, you know, kind of the obstaculation can block that you don't recognize even your meditate practice. So that's kind of talking about the obscuration. So block your realization and wisdom. Make sense or no?
Does it mean like we're just not seeing the Buddha nature in everything?
Yeah. So Buddha seeing the powerful Buddha nature and recognize, you know, absolute truth. When you see the Buddha nature, and then comes actually wisdom arise. So you don't see the Buddha nature, not possible arise wisdom, this absolute truth wisdom. The cognitive obscuration means subtle obscurations. So usually we engage too much worldly activity. It's part of the afflictive emotion obscuration, afflictive emotion obscuration. That is like, you know, create all the emotions. Yeah, it's fixation to the object, desire to the object, thought and the worldly activities. This is part of first obscuration. Okay, so now we go to the, this is an example of the omniscience. So, okay. So this is one example there. I'm not going to read this. I'm going to share with you we have a peacock feather, right? Peacock feather has lots of colorfuls. Why is lots of colorfuls? We don't know because why just peacock, yeah, peacock has a colorful, yeah, it's that is there has that. Actually, each color has cause conditions. We don't recognize that. So multiplicity, the second talking about omniscience is kind of like talk about the relative truth omniscience. Buddha understand the cause and the effect means. Buddha knows this, each peacock feathers, each color has different cause, different conditions. So this peacock feather is representative, like actually karma cause and effect. Each peacock feather color has causes different causes, different conditions. Okay, that's why our individual situation has different causes, different conditions. So no, see, we Buddhists, we not follow by the creator gods. We follow by the causes and conditions. So Buddha shared these causes and conditions. You know, peacock feather, the show that representative cause conditions. And then peacock feather also representative is equanimity. Equanimity means like in traditionally India, so peacock is representative, this feather is like the clean up obscurations. Then in India, there's like castes. So that thing, lower caste has more obstacles. So if there goes lower caste, goes place or where they touch, then they use the peacock feather clean up, you know. And that's the reason this peacock feather is the Buddha, he changed that is representative equanimity. Everyone is equal, the same, no difference. So that's kind of many reasons. Something is followed by culture, followed by, meanings. Some is culture is like put into the explain for the Dharma something, the causes, the karma cause and effect. So then omniscient, which see things perfectly in the multiplicity, also with the wisdom, which see things perfectly in the multiplicity, I think Buddha perceives all of the diversity of sentient beings, all of the different constitutions and the disposition and the capacities. So then we take refuge in the Buddha. We generally think of his Namanakaya or physical form. So take refuge to usually people take Buddha's statues, something. I have statues. Can you see here? So they always think about Buddha means thinking about the statues, right way. It's Buddha means like something physical forms. That is misunderstood. Buddha is not actually physical form, but the real meaning of refuge is the Buddha is not his physical form, because all form, including his, is temporary and subject to destruction. So what we really take refuge in is the Buddha's mind, the Dharmakaya, and the enlightening quality of the Buddha's mind. So that they're talking about the Buddha's qualities. We take refuge to love, compassion, bodhicitta, Buddha's wisdom. So now we take refuge to Buddha. He has immeasurable compassion. His compassion is unconditional compassion of all sentient beings. So that's reason we can take refuge to Buddha. Then compassion also not only also not enough to take refuge. Must have to have wisdom qualities. So he has two omniscient wisdom qualities. That's why Buddha's unmistaken teacher, we take refuge to Buddha is become, refuge is going to right direction also. It's like that refuge is like, it's useful or kind of like more powerful. Then Buddha can have power to can help us. He can show us the right path. He has enough compassion. He has enough wisdom. That's the reason taking refuge to Buddha. If someone has a compassion, no wisdom, you cannot take refuge. So someone maybe has wisdom, means like these two wisdoms only Buddha has. No one has these wisdoms, like both wisdom is Buddha only has. Then we have to know we are stuck in samsara, we are suffering in samsara. Buddha is already free from samsara. So he can show us right path. He can lead us to the liberation. That's why taking refuge to Buddha. And then second is we take refuge to refuge in the Dharma. The path indicated by the Buddha. He taught the Dharma as the method to attain liberation from suffering to reach the enlightenment. So Dharma embodies the Four Noble Truths, which include the truth of cessation. So second refuge is Dharma. Dharma is, what is Dharma? You have to know. Dharma is antidote to our afflictive emotions. So that is Dharma. Dharma is the same as medicine. Buddha is the same as a doctor. We are same as a patient. So Sangha is the same as a nurse. So that is an easy example. Actually, that is just example, but not really comparing these things like to Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. That is just temporarily like refuge, you see. You have sick, really pain for your stomach, something. What are you thinking about right away? I want to see a doctor. No any other choice. You don't think about anything other than that. So same thing, we recognize we are suffering in samsara. So then, oh, I want to follow Buddha. The reason is he already free from samsara, free from suffering. So then we're going to see the doctor. The doctor is like, who has compassion. Like compassion is like called unconditional compassion, means like everyone patients like care about his own child. So that's kind of like doctor need compassion. Like that is kind of Buddha's compassion. So then the doctor try to do whatever he can help. Because he has compassion, the doctor knows something, okay, this is a problem. That means his wisdom, same thing Buddha knows what our problems, why we are suffering in samsara. So that's his wisdom. And then doctor give medicines. So the medicine can recover the illness. Sometimes we need surgery. Sometimes just take medicines like this, monthly, recover illness. So same thing, Buddha can share Dharma teachings. So that's why we take refuge to Dharma. It's the same as patients taking medicine and the patients go follow the surgeries. Okay? And you have to go through the difficulties. So Dharma is the same as medicine. Then take refuge to, the Dharma is like same as medicine. So Dharma means love practice, compassion practice. See, love is an antidote to our anger. When compassion comes to your mind, no anger is existed there. So compassion comes to your heart. It's positive feeling. Positive feeling is naturally you get happy. That is no negative emotion, no negative feeling, right? Positive feeling, compassion. It's naturally your mind is peace, happy. Your mind is naturally open. Okay, so that then comes compassion then to the other beings. So also you see the other people are totally different. So when you hit to someone, you see that person, when you come to compassion to see the person is become different. When we have a compassion, then this everyone is become transformed, changed. So that's actually help for our mind, release our emotions. So then wisdom, of course, is recognize nature of phenomena. So that is all the Dharma. Then Dharma has so many teachings. Buddha talked about 84,000 Dharma teachings. The same is all medicines. Medicine has many different kinds of medicines. Thousands of different medicines. Same like that is Dharma. So we take refuge to Dharma. So then third is take refuge to the Sangha. Is the page 4 is there are two categories of Dharma. Okay, we don't go follow that. So the page 5 is this. Page 5, they talk about refuge, take refuge to the Sangha. So actually that explain lots about the Dharma is like all the follow the Four Noble Truths, the cause and the effect, and this love meditation, compassion meditation, all is a Dharma. So everything is a Dharma. Right now you're receiving also Dharma. So then take refuge to the I'm going to share with you, take refuge to the Sangha. Sangha is just already shared with you. Sangha is the same as our like nurse. So we are same as a patient. The Sangha is the same as a nurse. But when we practice Dharma, actually this Sangha is our companions, so supporters. So also taking refuge Sangha is like also can help for us, guide us teachings, helping for us more higher spiritual teachers is called Sangha. They help for us, our practice. So that's why the Sangha is page 6 here. There are two types of a Sangha. The Sangha are components along the spiritual path of Dharma. There are two types of the Sangha members, ordinary individual and the sublime exalted Sangha members, sometimes called noble or Arya Sangha members. Those noble Sangha members have put the Dharma into practice and have attained certain stage of authentic, unmistaken realization. So that's the Sangha, we refuge to Sangha. Sangha actually helps for our practice. So Sangha means have to come together, have practice together, then support each other, and then have spiritual teachers share the teachings. That is called Sangha, take refuge Sangha. Okay, so we understanding the teachings, we follow that, we practice together, then it's Sangha. So then they talk about the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. So this all have to come together, then we can become enlightenment. It's you missing this part of this, we cannot enlightenment. Buddhist is dependent. So dependent means like not only one. So Buddha only there, he didn't share Dharma. We don't have a Sangha, cannot benefit. Okay, so the Sangha is there, no Dharma, no Buddha, we cannot get anything, nothing going to benefit. Dharma is there, actually Dharma is cannot be there because without Buddha. So Dharma is Buddha taught, right? So that's why we have to come these three together, it's called interdependent. And they're called actually check and balance in the United States, it's talking about check and balance, okay? It's same as the democracy system, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha is President, Congress, and the Supreme Court called the check and balance. See, that's why one has no 100% power. You have to, this all is check and balance. It's Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. So that is different than other religions. Buddhism is followed by, so Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. Actually, Sangha is also part of us. We are Sangha, see? And then, so democracy system people has power. Same thing means Sangha has power, Okay. So Buddhists, they talk about interdependent. See, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. Then this comes together, it's benefit us. We take refuge to Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. It's like that, you have to know. And so then this is like, what I share is followed by the ultra level Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. Then goes inner level Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. The all Buddha, Dharma, Sangha is within our mind. Individually has this Buddha, Dharma, Sangha because our mind is Buddha. Your speech is a Sangha, Dharma. Your body is a Sangha. So like that, we follow the different ways. So what I share is like called the relative truth, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. So when you take refuge to Buddha, then you cannot refuge to the other local gods who don't have these two omniscience, who don't purify these two obscurations. You cannot take refuge to that kind of beings. Take refuge to Dharma. Dharma is no violence, no harming for other beings. So that's why we have to follow no harming for other beings. Take refuge Sangha means like avoid like bad friend. Bad friend means like, I don't know how to use the correct words. I just say bad friend means like someone not follow the cause and effect. They don't think about the future life. They're just killing other beings, harming for other beings. You cannot follow with that together, companions all the time. Otherwise, your minds go with them together. So they transform you to the no virtuous days, okay? So that three is like your commitment when you take this three refuge. So then Buddha already said, I show you the path, the liberation is up to you. Because if you follow or not, right? So this is, I share with this Buddha Dhamma Sangha, is then your teaching is to follow, or you want to follow or not, is always follow dependent individual. If you follow, then we can free from samsara, free from suffering, can become enlightenment. Okay, so that's the thing is the teaching is enough because 1 hour and a half already. So let's finish this whole this refuge section. So now you have any questions? So I can take short answer questions. I have to go to eat this special dinner and food tonight. Here is going on. Yes.
Well, one thing that came up, Khenpo, was you asked what the two commitments were at Gardroma when you take refuge. So what are those? One is don't take refuge in local gods.
Yeah.
What's the second one? Or there's three commitments.
I already shared the three. Who knows three commitments? I just shared all three of them.
Oh, you're on mute, Mary.
The three commitments was, well, not harming. So the ahimsa commitment. Don't keep bad companionship. So that would be the sangha one. And I'm trying to think what the third one is. What was the third one?
First one.
Oh, the first one.
First one.
You said the second and the third.
I said the second and the third one. Okay.
You already said the second and the third, but take refuge to Buddha is commitment.
Okay, so actually
Commitment, okay.
Oh, is commitment or compassion?
No compassion, commitment.
The commitment.
Commitment is the first, having commitment then is the first.
No, you make a commitment to Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, right?
No.
Yes, your commitment is the Buddha to not take refuge in other deities, right? That's your commitment to the
That means all the Buddhas.
Other gods, other anythings.
Yes.
Yes, so no other god. You make a commitment to not harm. That's the Dharma, no harming. And you make a commitment to the Sangha, which is to keep away from negative friends and negative. So those are things that you promise to do when you take refuge. That's what a commitment is, right? Is that correct?
Yeah, correct. Yes.
Correct. Yay, Mary.
So I have a question. Do you need to become a Buddhist to do the commitment, to do the...
to actually keep this commitment?
Yes.
Yeah, so you become Buddhist, then you have to take refuge, Buddhist, refuge vows.
So do you have to, can you take refuge and not be a Buddhist?
It's you say I'm Buddhist, but actually into the Buddhist means like we're taking refuge vows. So you take the vows, it's become more your benefit. And then really, it's like followed by the ritual and under your Buddha's protection.
So you're becoming more Buddhist.
Yeah, it's Buddhist. Then you can say I'm Buddhist because I already take refuge to Buddha Dhamma Sangha.
Okay.
Yeah. Otherwise, you can just you can say I studied Buddhist teachings. I like Buddhist teaching. I follow the teachings. Like you not really Buddhist level, also not ready. So you have become no citizen. So you can come to, like example, like some people have a visa to come to United States. The same, who has a green card, they can walk and stay and do things, can go back to home, comes, but they are same like that, study and you can do whatever the things, everything, but you are not really citizen, right? Okay, so then you cannot run the like governor, you cannot run the president. You are must be citizen. So like that, Refuge is like that. It means become citizen.
Okay.
Okay, so that's it. That's good. So Buddha said, "It's you long as you can investigate my teaching. When you know really take refuge, you can investigate. You know, he said, you can investigate me. You can investigate my teachings." Yes. So no more questions, right? So is everyone close eye mentally do dedication together? Maybe I chant one Amitabha puja, so you just think about Buddha Amitabha is in center, and right side is Chenrezig, left side is Vajrapane, and the supplication to this Buddha and help for all the disease who passed away like last year and this year. So we wish them all free from lower ranks to rebirth human beings, free from samsara. Thank you. Good evening, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Khenpo.
Yes. Thank you, everyone with us. Don't forget the next week, okay? Don't forget to read the whole thing. I just share some part, your homework, everything.
Okay.
Long time ago, I created this learning Buddhism. It's a short one. I put the one is a kind of like I have read or something. So yesterday I didn't use long time. Yesterday I applied in the charge. I cannot open it. So it's gone. Actually, I have like shorter vision of the learning Buddhism. So long time ago, I love it. This each section is some part is like kind of more extra words, and some is like I can make more shorter part. So I make short ones, like only one refuge. And the same is other or these chapters I make short ones. So then I didn't printed the paper. So I make in the like Kindle reader something. I have a small like tablet. I put it there. So then I didn't use that one. Last night I charged. I want to use that today. It cannot open. It's too long. Didn't use. I don't know, something wrong. So anyway, all the teaching is in here.
Good.
Yeah.
Thank
Not
you.
lost. Thank you.
Thank you.
You read. Okay, teachers don't talk everything. You have to read and study again, think about it, okay?
Yeah.
Teachers usually just kind of show like that. Yeah, maybe that way you go, that direction is good. Then you have to go.
Teacher can't learn from you.
So you have to figure out, read and think. Then it's better you can ask questions.
Exactly.
Yeah. So refuge is really powerful, but it's sometimes we think it's a very simple one, easy one. Okay, first step, people think not important. It's of course important. first get refuge. So Garcia Rinpoche always say, refuge, wow, it's the same with your, recognize you are citizen country. So you are Buddha's citizen. Then usually he give hand out and the name card, you know, change the name, spiritual name, and then there's refuge prayers. So that is a boarding pass, go to the pure lane. Yeah. So then usually he hang out, it's like 37 practice. He said, this is the passport. So see, we have to citizen, then get passport, then you wanted to fly to somewhere, you need a boarding pass.
Very funny.
Yes. Without that, we cannot fly.
Oh,
we
no.
Okay. Where we wanted to go.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you, Khenpo.
Have a good evening, everyone. See you next week.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's going to work through the book.
Good.
Good. Yeah. Till we're done. So,
We only did.
I'm leaving. Okay, I'm leaving meeting.
okay.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah, she's an Uber driver.
You said you couldn't believe in any other deity.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye. I'm leaving
Thank
too.
you, everyone. Bye. Have a good weekend.
Thanks, you too. Bye.
You have your point.